For today's Eye on Terre Haute, we have Mayor Duke Bennett, of course, with us today. Nice to have you.
That's great to be here, Brittany.
Well, we have a few things we want to chat about. One of the things that's been in the news recently that you've already had to address a little bit is the trash fee, the possible trash fee. Kind of explain what it would mean for people and what it could possibly cost people.
Okay, we've been talking about it for 2 or 3 years. This isn't anything new. We've just trying to figure it out. How do we take care of our budget gap? Because losing $12 million a year, which $10 million of that used to go to the general fund that paid for the trash contract. So every year we have to pay Republic about $2.6 million a year to pick up 23,000 households. Since we've lost $10 million in funding, it's difficult for us to continue to do it that way. And we got to pay the contract. We got another 12 years on that contract. And it would be a lot less expensive than if you lived in the county. County government doesn't provide that service, so people have to pay about $25 a month or more to get their trash picked up. The city provides it, has done it through property taxes, but we've had a huge cut in our property taxes. And so the fee would go directly to paying for the contract. So the most it would be $10 a month roughly, because that would cover the entire cost of that contract. We would be willing to look at any options. With the property tax cap losses, the state legislature tells us you've got your local options are you can put user fees in place, you've got local option income taxes you could do, which we can't, the county would have to do that. And so our only really thing we can look at is how do we pay for that contract through user fees. So we'll look at a variety of ways to do that, a variety of costs, but the most it would be around $10 a month, because that would cover the entire thing. We'd like to probably phase it in though.
And with that $10 fee, you're saying that you guys would be able to cover that contract cost?
Yes, and we would add recycling in on that too, which would be a really good benefit to the community. Everybody could have recycling who wanted it.
Yeah, because right now that's just an option.
You have to pay for that, right? It costs you $5 a month for that.
Okay, so if people have any questions or concerns about this, or they want to even hear any more about it, are there going to be any more meetings where you guys are going to be addressing this?
Yeah, right now we're just doing the budgeting process, and we've thrown that out there as an option to do sometime next year or sometime in the future. So there'll be further discussion, obviously. It'll have to go in front of the city council, and they would have to decide whether they support it or not. So right now it's just an option on the table. We'll consider it in the future.
Gotcha, okay. And speaking of, trash fees, pickups, what about leaf pickup? This is something that people really depend on in our community. Are we going to be having leaf pickup?
Absolutely. Some people say, well, let's just cut out leaf pickup and that'll save us money. But we got to get the leaves anyway, because they go into the sewer system.
That
causes clogs the system up, and so we spend a bunch of money in the system and at the wastewater treatment plant. So we need to keep those leaves from getting into our system. But we've got it set up now with one pass, and we use MVH funds, which are not property tax dollars, so we don't have any problem there. We're going to come and do that one pass. Now, we won't start until the leaves really begin to fall, and right now they're not even changing yet. So
we don't have to worry about that just yet.
We're not going to start in the 1st of November, and so the weather's going to have to get colder and the leaves begin to fall, and then we'll start and we'll work through the city, and then we'll come back and do a little cleanup after that. We can help with some people after the fact, but it's been working great like that for 3 years, and we're going to do it again. I don't see any reason why we would need to eliminate that in the future.
And you guys always start on one end of town and make your way through.
Yep, we start, and I don't remember right this second where we started last year, but we start on the south end and move to the north, and then the next year we change that up so people don't feel like they're always last, or always first, because their leaves hadn't completely fallen. So we will get it done though. And
you guys always do a good job at letting us know ahead of time which areas you're going to be at. So we always try to post that on our community calendar for everyone out there to know when they might be coming through your neighborhood.
Right, and they usually are pretty close to that. And if it rains a lot, then sometimes it slows us down. But if you could move your vehicle, on those days or that week, that couple of days of that week, then we can get that big pile, because we can't get around your vehicle. That's usually our biggest obstacle.
And kind of get to the tree row,
yep,
right?
Okay. Absolutely.
Now the other thing I want to talk about is switching gears from summer preparation and cleanup to winterizing. When are you guys going to make that switch?
Well, we got to do the leaf pickup first, and so we kind of move from that summer activity where right now we're doing a lot of paving and a variety of other tasks, painting.
Ohio's been busy.
Yeah, and so then we move into the leaf pickup mode where we do a lot of conversion, and then we move into that winter mode. So that's a pretty quick transition because, the last couple of years we've had some snow in December. So, the street department will be geared up to do that, and they will modify the vehicles and do everything they need to do. And I'm hopeful we don't get any snow till Christmas.
And you guys have been really busy because you just this past weekend had Keep Terre Haute Beautiful. How did that go?
Very successful. We had extra dumpsters out this year. All of them were overflowing. It really helps keep the city clean. So I thank all the volunteers that came out. And it was a very, very successful cleanup. Our next one will be in May. We have 2 a year. But once again, if you have large items to be picked up, you put them out next to your trash, call 311 and we'll come and get it. So throughout the year, every week, we're out picking up large items and miscellaneous things like that that won't fit in your trash can.
Okay, so you don't have to wait till May. You can call 311 now if you have something.
But those cleanups really, so a lot of people keep that stuff, and so it works. But we'll get out there and get it during the year.
All right, sounds good. Well, all great information. Of course, thank you for stopping by as always and sharing with us.